Thank you. Start presenting.
Good morning, everyone. Today, me and Saurabh will be
Good
presenting on
morning.
flywheel and battery technology, battery charging. So, outline of the presentation: we have flywheel. What is flywheel? We'll be talking about the limitation, advantages, disadvantages, and worries of the flywheel. So,
Correct.
flywheel is a very heavy wheel, formerly a large spoked wheel with a heavy metal rim. It has high angular momentum. Flywheel is a device that are used to storing energy. Flywheel should be able to store and extract energy very quickly. Flywheel are open, large, and heavy because they are able to store more energy. But smaller and lighter wheel are also used. They spin much faster and thus have more kinetic energy. Has more kinetic energy and it is generated. In energy storing, the heavy rotating flywheel is connected with the electrical motor. The energy can be captured. The energy can be captured by connecting electrical generator directly to disk. As flywheel spins faster, it experiences greater force and thus storing more energy. So in the diagram, you can see that there is a flywheel which is connected to gearbox and an electrical motor generator is used here. So for a flywheel, kinetic energy is calculated as E is equal to half I omega square, where omega is the rotating speed in radians per second, E is the energy, and I is the moment of inertia. A flywheel power electronics being required to match the generator output to form where it can drive the vehicle motors. The flywheel can be de-accelerated as a regenerative brake. The flywheel storage system is capable of generating several megawatt of power for a period. Output of 100 kilowatt to 2 megawatt over a short period of 12 to 60 seconds can be generated. The peak output is at 125 kilowatt for 16 seconds. So coming to the limitations of the flywheel, limitation of the flywheels are short discharge time, failure mode could be dangerous. As speed of the flywheel increases, on the material tensile strength increases, which limits the tensile strength of the material. Advantages: it has a compact configuration, high power density, high specific power, low maintenance, environment friendly materials and processes, independent of temperature because it has an vacuum environment. Coming to the disadvantages, requirement is for sturdy and durable bearing with less friction loss. Short discharge time, failure mode is large, mechanical limitations has energy storage decreases. Coming to the worries, during crash, the energy is released almost instantaneously and flywheel can act like a bomb. Fast moving flywheel, if get detached from mounting, would cause disaster. We need to consider the gyroscopic effect of the disc on high speed. Flywheel stay in a single axis of spin. When torque or momentum is introduced on around one axis, flywheel tend to move and presses around the other axis. This behavior may cause accidental situations. If the
Correct.
flywheel is if the flywheel is well used below its rupture point and kept relatively small and well guarded, it may come have a useful role in future EVs, especially in HEVs. The further will be continued by
Correct.
Sayed.
Am I visible and
Yes,
audible,
sir.
sir?
Please.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible. Visible. Everything is fine. Present.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. I will be discussing about the part of the battery
Take the
charging.
mic in front of your mouth. Sorry. Take the mic little bit up. Yeah. So you hold it up and speak.
Hello, sir. Is it audible?
Yeah, it is better now.
Okay, sir. I will be talking about battery charging. So basically, when it comes to the electric vehicles, there has always been a question of the range. That is the range that the electric vehicle provides. But the in recent years, the problem of the range anxiety associated with the electric vehicles has been elevated by introduction of hybrid electric vehicles and development of higher energy density batteries capable that are capable of storing more energy in the same space. So, with increase in the popularity of the electric vehicles, range anxiety of the electric vehicles is now been replaced with the charging anxiety. So, basically, what is a battery charger? It is more of like a mobile charger that we use to charge the battery of our mobile phones. But
Correct.
the only difference between the mobile charger and the electric vehicle charger is that here we are dealing with larger battery, which corresponds to larger amount of current and sometimes larger voltages. So power from the grid for charging a electric vehicle battery, power from the grid is directly stored in the battery. It is usually in the DC form. Usually, no, it is only DC form. Grid is usually the power grid that is used is usually AC single phase, or it is a three phase. In India, there are mostly single phase to 30-volt AC 15 amps supply is used, or three phase 415-volt AC 125 amps supplies are used. These figures are almost similar for the European side countries as well as in India. If one has the higher power requirement, then he has to take the grid input at higher voltage, and even or they should even need the transformers also. Uh, Next, Prabhu. So now coming back to the structure of the charger, that is simple charger architecture that is being shown on the slide. Charger is basically primarily it converts AC/DC rectifier like that. First, the AC always has a protection in order to avoid the circuit damage. Protection as well as a monitoring device situated at the beginning, as you can see there. And next, it is followed by AC to DC converter, that is a rectifier to correct the voltages. The voltage controller, there will be a processor that is inside it, that will be in contact, or we can say that has the knowledge of the electric battery being used. Based on that, it will be providing the sufficient amount of voltage. And next, again, there will be a protection unit after the rectifier, that has such that if anything goes wrong with the battery or anything happens in the battery, that should not affect the internal circuit. Or if anything goes wrong in the internal circuit, there should not be any casualty caused due to the problem arising due to battery.
Correct.
It may have even current voltage controller. A battery may have even a current voltage controller based on the battery. While charging, battery voltages changes, due to which we need a current voltage controller also. If we go to the theoretical part, the CV is the maximum voltage that is being stored in the battery. In addition, a charger will have a measuring unit, or what we can say, unit of the operator that is providing us the energy, such as we can say HESCOM, so that we should tell them that how much power we are using, that they are providing us. So everything is metered over there.
Correct.
When coming to the charging points, for now what we got is IP44. That are the charging plugs, industrial standard charging plugs that are being used. Some advanced part of them is the IP67 that handles the waterproof connection also for the charging plugs being used over there. As a modern vehicle, battery is not a simple matter of providing a constant voltage or a current through the battery, but it requires very careful current and a voltage. The best approach for a electric vehicle battery designer is to buy commercial charging equipment from the battery manufacturer or the reputed battery charger manufacturer. If the vehicle is to be charged in different places where the correct charging equipment is not available, the option is a modern light onboard charger should be considered. One important issue relating to the battery charging is the provision of facilities for charging vehicles in public places such as the car parks.
Very
A
good.
major problem is that of the standardization. making sure that all the electric vehicles can safely connect to all such units.
Correct.
This is the main reason of the standardization that Tesla is at the top of the market in the electric vehicles. Because if you see in the American countries, almost all the places have electric charging points for the Tesla motors. That is the one
Hmm.
important features that they are providing, which is making their business successful. On hybrid electric vehicles,
Correct.
the
Very
charger
good.
is nothing but an alternated on the engine, and the charging will be controlled by the vehicle's energy management system. However, Prabhu, go to next slide. However, whatever charging method is used with whatever type of battery, there is always an importance of the charge equalization in batteries that must be understood. Charge equalization is also a topic that was being given to us. So this will be explained now. A problem with all the batteries is that when current is drawn, not all the individual cells in the battery lose the same amount of charge. Typically,
Correct.
an electric vehicle, as shown in the figure, an electric vehicle battery pack consists of a cluster of cells where each lithium-ion cell is not exactly equal to the others in terms of whether it may be capacity or it may be internal resistance or it can even be the self-discharge rate because of normal
Correct.
dispersion during the manufacturing of the batteries. These characteristics cause a charge discharge time for each cell, which can even lead to underchange, overchange, or uh, over discharge on some cells if the battery is operated without the protection. In these states, the cell loses the capacity and can even the cells can even explode. So consequently, avoiding them is very desirable. The most viable solution for this problem is not found by modifying what we usually think is modifying the chemistry of the battery, but that will not be a viable solution. But it is found that electronic industry a battery pack is required with cell equalizers to avoid the states that are that I mentioned. That is basically the most important one is the exploding state that we need to avoid. For that, we need a battery equalization circuits. A battery equalization circuit is essentially a electronic controller. Basically, the major important component of a battery equalizing circuit is a power electronic controller, which takes active measures
Hmm.
to equalize the voltage or the state of the charge. As a result, each cell has the same state of charge during charging and discharging, even in conditions of even in conditions where we have high dispersion in capacity and internal resistance. Prabhu, next slide. So this is a graph that was given in the textbook, which shows us the need for periodic charge equalization in a battery. Here in the graph, the upper line shows the state of a normal cell working satisfactorily, and the lower line is for a cell that is more prone to self-discharge. Charge equalization involves some of the cells while the others are brought up to full charge. This is occurring, you can see the point that is being mentioned this is occurring in the last final 12 time units. After you can see that.
Okay.
Next slide, Prabhu. So there are basically two particular cases where some cells slowly becoming more deeply discharged than others is especially important. The first one is the opportunistic charging.
Charging. Very
Uh,
good.
in opportunistic charging, some users are able to put a small amount of charge back into a battery. For example, when parked in a location by a charger for a short time, this is helpful, but the user must certain that fairly frequent of full long charge is given to the battery to bring all the cells up to 100% charge. And the other one is the hybrid electric vehicles. In these, it is desirable to have the battery not fully charged normally so that it can always absorb energy from the regenerative circuits. Because
Correct.
fully charging a battery will lead to the failure of the another system that we have studied in the course, that is about the regenerative braking. However, this must be done with caution, and the battery management system must be periodically run the battery to fully charge to equalize all the cells to maximum 100% charge. So this was all that we prepared, sir. One more point about the charging point facilities that we discussed. The E-Mobility Bureau of Energy Efficiency, as of the 12th May 2021, the government has said that it will establish a low-cost charging point of electric vehicles within the 2 months in India. The pricing will be starting at as low as 3,500 for one charging unit. And if you don't know, one charging unit is equal to 1,000 watts. That is 1 kilowatt hour of or what 1 kilowatt of power for 1 hour. Sorry, for 4 hour. That was all we
And
prepared, sir.
how long distance you can cover in one charging?
So that depends upon the battery, sir. For example,
So that is
if you
what,
want to
see,
say, if you want to travel a distance of 300 miles on a full charge, 300 miles, then the cost is around some $500 or something. I'm not sure about that, sir, for
so that
fully
is very
charging.
important, because if you are saying 300 miles, that means around 480 kilometers. So that means
Yes, sir.
500 kilometers, you say. So car gives average 15, let's say 15 kilometer for 1 liter. So for 500 kilometers, how much? So around 35 liter of petrol we have to use. So 35 liter means 3500 rupees. So we have to find out whether this is cheaper or petrol is cheaper. So there is a comparison we have to do. So the EVs are in very primitive stage in India at present. You have given a very good figure of about all the related issues. But after few years, when the technology is not baby enough, technology is bigger little bit. So now it's in a baby state. When the technology is little bigger, at that time we have to always do this comparison. That is petrol, how much distance in one unit, that is 1 liter, and for this equivalent electric also, in that amount of money, how much we are going. So that calculation will still keep on going on for coming 5-10 years. But a very good presentation given by Said and Prabhu. So thank you. You can now stop presenting. And please, I think you are having some passion in the field of charging, Said. Looking at your presentation, I can find that. So please pursue your passion. And definitely, those who are working in the field of battery and battery management systems and all, you are having a good scope during interviews. So with your knowledge in this vehicular technology, with your knowledge in battery, so please attack all the Mercedes Benz and other interviews properly. So you have a plan now. So Ganesh Patil yesterday, Farhan, I know all these people, Salgude, that is, and Saeed, I can find. So you people are really having passion in this field. So you please make sure that you do good in that interviews. So keep preparing yourself for the interviews of Mercedes Benz, and not only on campus, off campus also there are a lot of jobs available in the field of electric vehicle or vehicle, conventional vehicle or regular vehicle. So you have to attack that. Don't expect the company to come to you. So as you are having passion, reach out and contact all those companies, get internship in all those companies if possible, and work in related fields. Very good presentation, Said. I congratulate you. Thank you. So
Thank you,
next
sir.
I'm inviting Sejal and Shweta to upload their slide and start presenting.